Welcome back to Math Concepts. In this video we are going to continue to discuss simple interest. We are going to look at a couple more examples involving maturity value and future value. So remember, if you take out a simple interest loan, you will have to pay back all of the money you borrowed plus the interest. So when you hear maturity value or future value, that's what they're talking about, the principal plus the interest. And we'll also look at how we can go backwards. If we know how much interest was earned, the dollar amount, we can go and figure out the rate that we are working with. So we'll look at a couple of those examples. Let's switch over to the document camera and do some computations. Okay, so this first example asks us to calculate the future value of $680 after 1 year earning 6.4% simple interest. So something to note here is that the future value is equal to the principal plus the interest. Okay, when you're talking about a loan that you have to pay off, this is called the maturity value. If you're talking about the value of a deposit that you're earning interest on, it's called the future value. Okay, so principal plus interest. So we know how to compute interest, so easy calculation here. Okay, the interest is equal to the principal times the rate times the time. Principal, $680. The rate, 0.064. Okay, once again, note that we convert this percentage notation to a decimal in order to do the computation. So principal times rate times time. That's already measured in years, so we're good to go. All right, so we crunch the numbers in our calculator. So 680 times 0.064 times 1. That's not really going to do anything, but I'll put it in anyway. $43.52. So the future value is equal to the original $680 I started with plus the $43.52 that we earn in interest. And if we do that computation, comes out to $723.52. Okay, so there's our future value. Okay, let's look at one more problem dealing with simple interest. Okay, so the maturity value of a 4-month loan is not, the maturity value of a 4-month loan of $9,000 is $9,240. What is the simple interest rate? Okay, so in this scenario, we know that we took out a $9,000 loan. We know we had to pay back $9,240. We want to know what the simple interest rate is. Okay, so the interest that we actually had to deal with was $240. Okay, that's important. Okay, so that was the interest that we had to pay back. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to plug in all the known values in this equation. Interest equals principal multiplied by rate multiplied by time. That's how we compute interest. Now we know the interest that we were charged was $240. So I'm going to plug that in for I, 240. The principal, we know that it was 9,000. The rate, okay, well I don't know what that is. I'm just going to leave it R. And the time. Now, we didn't have to do this in the last problem because the time was given in years, but here the time is given in months. It's 4 months. So that'd be 4 over 12. Okay. So if I knew the interest rate, I would take 9,000 times that times 4 over 12. Okay, now I got to get R by itself on one side. Okay, well, what did they do to R to get the 240? Well, they multiplied by 9,000. You got to reverse that. You got to divide by 9,000. So you take 240, divide by 9,000. And then not only did they multiply by 9,000, they multiplied by this fraction. So you divide by that fraction. How do you divide by a fraction? You multiply by the reciprocal. Okay, so we crunch the numbers here. I'll just use my calculator. So what we're going to do is take 240, divide that by 9,000, equals, times 12 equals, divide by 4 equals. Okay, so when all is said and done, we get 0.08. So that is 8% simple interest. Okay, so if you need to find the interest rate, it's just a matter of working backwards. Plug in all the values you know and solve for the one thing that you don't know. In our case, we didn't know R, the interest rate. Okay, if you're multiplying by something and you want to get rid of that because you want to isolate R, you're multiplying by something, you divide. If you're dividing by something, you multiply to clear that out. It's just a matter of undoing that operation.